It's one of the 3 or 4 most sophisticated markets in Europe, certainly the UK, certainly Germany. Markets in the Nordic region like Sweden are very well developed, but Spain also. And the thing that I always find very noticeable about the Spanish market is the quality of the local firms here. I think that the success of firms like Llorente Cuenca has made it quite difficult for the giant global multinational agencies to dominate the Spanish market the way that they do some other markets. There are firms that we've recognized over the last few years in the Spanish market that I think do incredibly good work. Llorente is clearly one of them. Infopress is another. I think in the consumer space, I'd look at a firm like Tinkle, perhaps Marco de Comunicación. The competitive landscape is much more challenging today than it was 5 years ago. I think that there are 2 big challenges. The first is simply economic, that we are living in very difficult economic times, that spending on public relations, public affairs and communications is very easy to cut because many firms in that space have not been able to prove the value of what they do. And the second challenge is that we are moving into an age where, because there are pressures on all kinds of organizations, there are lots of people who are trying to get into this space. So PR firms are not only competing with other PR firms, they're competing with advertising agencies, they're competing with digital and social media firms. I think that the most important quality a public relations person has is courage. Because I think you become a counselor when you learn to tell senior management things that they don't want to hear. And so having the courage to walk into the CEO's office and say, everybody else is wrong, you can't do this. We have to become better storytellers. We have to understand the ability that facts are not nearly as compelling as stories. And we have to be able to go into organizations and find stories that prove what we're trying to communicate, true, authentic stories.